Hey, hi, and hello. Mad Ink Pyro here. How is everybody today? Awesome. It's day 6 of the Keto adventure, and it's been a little bit of a rough one. Had some problems with my vehicle last night. I think the starter died on it. Left Amy and Zane stranded in the market parking lot. Luckily, my insurance is good, and it took care of the tow, and we're working on it now to get it back up and running. Not really that big of a deal if it's only the starter. I'm thrilled with that. I was looking at my YouTube, and of course I can get private messages with YouTube. I also get private messages from friends via my Facebook. And I've had several comments about, "You're so brave. I can't believe you're putting yourself out there like this." I have been a very private person most of my life. This is one of those things, though, I'm very passionate about and I want to do. I want to be held accountable for my actions, and I also want a record of everything that's happened. That's why I'm doing it. That being said, I also had another friend of mine, a very close friend of mine actually, get a hold of me today about something that I'm also very passionate about. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed both on my end and just for general well-rounded knowledge. I mean, most people know about it, but I'm going to fill you in anyway. I myself have suffered with massive depression most of my life. A lot of people know, some people don't. Might come to a shock to some people, because I've always been kind of outgoing and try to go above and beyond to make people happy. Those of you who know me in that aspect, that's cool, but a lot of the times that's a phase, or at least it was. I wouldn't. There have been times where I haven't left the house for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's because I'm either depressed or I just can't be around people or whatever, anxiety. What I'm getting at is, I guess mental health needs to be addressed even when you're doing something like this. Yes, I've been very positive up to this point. I've been positive because I need to stay positive. If I don't stay positive, I, just like everybody else, will absolutely lose interest in what I'm doing and quit. I don't want to lose interest in what I'm doing. I don't want to quit. I need to stay positive for not only me, but my family. And all the punches that are thrown today just seem to be like a good day to address it, because my vehicle's down right now. If this was 6 months ago, my vehicle breaking down would have thrown me into a depression like you wouldn't believe. I mean, bummed out, sitting on the couch, eating everything in sight, because I ate my feelings a lot. And with depression comes other thoughts too, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, and the people that do know, thank you for bearing with me, and for the people that don't know, don't let it come to you as a shock. With depression comes suicidal thoughts. Suicide is a unfortunately, thank you, Zane, I'm filming.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, it's a very, very real thing. And it's a very serious problem, especially in today's day and age, with the economy being the way it is, stress being what it is. It's easy to get fed up. It's easy to just want to say, I'm done, I'm finished. I'll take myself out of the equation, all my problems are solved. And while that's true, everybody else around you is the one that suffers. And some people may get that and some people may not. I have dealt with it firsthand on many occasions. I have attempted suicide on several times, actually, throughout my life. Not any recent or anything like that. I'm not depressed now. It's just something that needed to be addressed, that I've gone through it as well. And by all means, if you're going through something like that, if you're going through severe depression, if you're going through suicidal thoughts, there are people out there to help. There are hotlines, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. I know, I for one was like, yeah, what do they know? They're trained to handle you when you're at your lowest, to get you out of that funk, to get you the help you need. I do not take medication to regulate my depression at all. I think it's called a paradoxical effect, meaning antidepressants make me depressed. Antipsychotics make me psychotic. So instead of doing years and years and years and years and years of sorry, that was Victor wanting to talk to me. Years and years of me trying to get the right medicine trials. The side effects to some of this medicine are pretty severe. So I decided to not medicate with prescription medicines and try to do it myself. Now, there are still times where I will get depressed and I'll get low. But I can always dig myself out. I know what I can do to help myself. Sometimes it just means I need to go somewhere else for a day, which means, a trip to Ocean City to go fishing, or, inviting a friend down to my house that I haven't seen for a while, and that usually will snap me out of it. But I've learned over the years, and when I say over the years, I mean over like 10 or 15 years of dealing with severe depression, on how to handle it. Other people have to have medication. Bipolar disorder is a serious thing. Mental health, period, is a serious thing now. And don't think that there's nobody out there listening. There's always someone there. I can't stress that enough. I always thought, especially when I was really depressed, no one cares. There is someone out there that cares. Whether it be your friend, your significant other, or an absolute stranger that you have no clue who they are. Someone there cares enough that they're going to listen to what you have to say and help you through that problem. There's just so much I can tell you about depression and mental health. I've been through a lot of the stuff. I deal with it with a lot of other people as well. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't know if they want to put their stuff out there like that or not. But a lot of people that are close to me deal with depression and anxiety and mental health issues. And it's always going to be a learning curve, but at the same time, it helps you understand their actions. And when you can relate, it helps. So I want to address that because this lifestyle and the whole change thing, anytime there's a major change in your life, it can definitely affect your mental health. And sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. Stopping eating what you're used to eating, especially if you do things like I used to do, like eat your feelings, or use food as a comforting thing, or, being able to rely on that one thing that reminds you of home that you can no longer have because of the diet that you're on. That kind of stuff can alter your brain function to where you're going, I'm so depressed, I can't handle this. I know that sounds cliche, and I apologize, but it's true. And you can't rely on. Well, no, that's the wrong term. You can't predict what's going to happen to you when it comes to that stuff. So make sure that every day you have something that you're looking forward to. Every day you're trying to push yourself a little harder or a little farther. And if you do get if you get depressed, make sure that you talk to somebody. like I said, you can talk to your cat. I've got my cats. My cats are my buddies, man. This right here is Pumpkin. Pumpkin's one of our oldest cats, and we've had him for 10 years now.
Not 10.
8 years.
He's as old as Victor. They're as old as
Eight
Victor.
years. 8 years old.
Yeah.
And he's a big baby, is what he is. But my cats, and I have some birds too. But my cats really do help me. Some people it's a dog, Some people it's a cat. Some people it's a ferret. Animals can help you. Animals can help you. They can give you somebody to talk to. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. You're still getting it out. You're still putting it out there into the universe without having to confide in another person to keep your story quiet or whatever. Because I know people are like that. I'm lucky. I'm getting to the point where I'm putting so much of myself out there, and I'm not afraid to do it anymore because I've gotten over it. Either you're gonna like me or you're not gonna like me for who I am. And if I can't put who I actually am out there, and I try to have to put a face on every day, it's never gonna work. And then someone's gonna be like, well, he's not like that, really. And I don't want to have to deal with all that. So I am putting my real self out there. Yes, I suffer from depression. Yes, I suffer from bipolar. Yes, I'm fat and I'm trying to change it. All of that I'm trying to change. So if you take the ammunition out of, I guess, the troll's hands, they have nothing to shoot at you with. And that's kind of where this stemmed from. But at the same time, I've had a couple friends of mine, I can't do this, I don't know how, or I can't do it, my depression's so bad that I just can't stay away from it. You can get help. People can get help. People can get other people to help them. Get your wife to help you. Get your brother to help you. Get a friend to help you. It's easier to do than you think it is. There are trying times, and you're gonna slip up just like with anything else. But when you do slip up, it's not the end. Don't be down on yourself. I messed my whole diet up. Now what do I do? No, you didn't. You had a weak spot. You ate a Twinkie. Life sucks. Hop back on the train and keep rolling. Once in a while, it's okay. We're all human. When you take it to an excess like I have in my life, where instead of you ate a Twinkie, you ate a box of Twinkies in 20 minutes, that was a different story. I can look at myself and point that finger at myself now. 6 months ago, I couldn't. I could sit down, people eat a candy bar. I would eat 5 candy bars. They would drink a soda. Now this is a Zevia, 0 calorie. Actually, I wanted to touch on this today too. I just got some Zevia sodas in, and man, they're good. I'll give them credit where credit's due. But anyway, most people would drink a soda. I was drinking almost a case of soda a day, and we're talking Mountain Dew, so high sugar, high caffeine. In that quantity, absolutely devastating to your body. And I just destroyed myself in doing that. I wouldn't eat a couple slices of pizza. I'd eat a pizza and a half. We'd go to Taco Bell. I'd order 2 party packs of tacos. 2 party packs. That's 24 tacos. And I'd eat them all within a 3-hour period. And I would purposefully over-order food when I went out to these fast food restaurants, so I had it for 3 days. Who does that? I mean, seriously, who does that? I did. Because I was eating my feelings. I was so depressed and so messed up that the only thing I wanted to feel was food. I wanted to feel full. At least if I felt full, I felt something. And it's hard for me to say that because I've got 3 kids, man, and they're good kids majority of the time. They drive me nuts a little bit, but they're good kids the majority of the time. I had a wife that absolutely loves me, would do anything for me. I didn't realize that until about a month and a half ago. I mean, I knew she was my wife. I knew she loved me. But when she was about halfway through her first year in keto and realized what I was doing to myself, that she was the one that was trying to kind of push me because she saw me dying. It's been many times that she's heard it come out of my mouth. I want to die. I don't want to live anymore. I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of being overweight. I don't want to be on the earth anymore. I don't want to be breathing. I can't do anything about it. I can't. The difference between me now and me 6 months ago is I can. It's not an impossibility. It's not going to be easy, and it's not. Believe me, it's not. Last night, after the vehicle broke down, the first thing I wanted to do was go dive into a bag of chocolate chip cookies. But at the same time, I'm only 6 days into it. Everything from that entire past week that I've done to make myself better and get myself to where I would have been lost at that point. Because I would have given in that one shot, and I know me, I would have given in that one shot, and then it would have been the next day, and first off, it would have felt like crap, and I know that. But the next day would have been, well, I screwed up last night, so it's not that big of a deal if I go ahead and have this today. And then I just would have rolled right back into my old habits. And it's because I know me. I know how it goes. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I had the willpower to not do that. And me and Amy were both sitting here on the couch going, what do we do? And both of us are going, well, do this or do that and figure this out and figure that out. And both of us looked like she was going to, I could really use a brownie right now. And the only thing I could think of was, a bag of Chips Ahoy sounds really good. And then as I'm thinking that, she said the brownie or the cake thing. I can't remember which one it was. But I'm thinking the cookie thing. And then we both just looked at each other and went, we need to get drunk. And that's not the answer either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say going out and getting inebriated will solve your problems. But something has to be said when both of you are sitting on the couch and realize something's got to give. We need a break. Life doesn't work like that. You can't take breaks. You just got to keep rolling with the punches. So we went and we were up until 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the tow truck to bring my car that I called about at 10 o'clock, rant later, back to the house, so at least I had it here. And we both fought the urges, we both fought it, and won. We both won. So it's called a small victory for us. But at the same time, it just goes to show you how easily your mental health and stress and depression can affect what you're trying to do. And it's real. I mean, it hit me last night like a ton of bricks. But we're okay. Everything will be okay. So I wanted to address that for the couple friends of mine that asked me about the whole mental health situation and how it's affecting me mentally and how I think it affects other people mentally. I'm not sure how it affects other people. I know how it affects me. I know how it affects Amy. And it affects me one way. It affects Amy a totally different way. And so it's all very personal. But the one thing I can't stress enough is if you are having mental issues like that, please go get help for it. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care if you're looking at going to jail for 25 years. It's not worth losing your life over. You're not going to make anything better by taking yourself out of the equation. Work through it. It'll make you a better person, and you'll know how to help other people through it later on. That being said, guys, no cook show tonight. I'm exhausted. I need the rest. I need the time off. Me and Amy are going to have some keto pizza tonight and probably watch a movie and go to bed early. Tomorrow, however, I am going to do a tuna recipe that you guys are just going to flip out over. So, let it be known that there will be another cook video coming tomorrow, and you guys are going to love it. I am going to go ahead and call that the vlog for the day. Day number 6. Stay positive. Stay happy. Stay healthy. I'll see you guys later.